This is a look of disgust. I'll tell you why in just a second. Hey, let's get started here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, your old buddy Steve-O here. Good news tonight. Take off my spectacles. Good news. I have a date for the surgery. I have a time for to be there for the surgery, and I even have a pre-surgical appointment set up, date and time for that. So here's what we got. I'm going under the knife, as they used to say, next Monday afternoon, about 5:15 in the afternoon. Really rather be drinking a beer at 5:15, but I don't think they're going to allow that. So that's the deal. This is what I've been pushing for 7 months, is to have this operation to speed up the weight loss kind of thing. And I'm finally there. Yay! Angels are singing, doves are flying around. We had confetti in here earlier, but I cleaned that all up. I had got to do a 1 week liquid diet before I go to the surgery next week. So I started that this morning, and I had to go out and buy about half a trunk load, no, quarter of a trunk load full of protein packed water products and some new shake kind of stuff that I got to have after the surgery. Got to drink a different kind of protein powder for some period of time afterwards. And so I went and got that stuff today, and I got one that's unflavored. You can mix that with Jello, or mix it in your soupy oatmeal, or mix it in your applesauce or whatever. So I got one that's Dutch chocolate, and I got one that's unflavored, and I can pretty much deal with anything after that. Water's a little bit weird. It's almost got like an astringent kind of quality when you're drinking it. It makes my tongue feel dry, and it's got the slightest amount of a medicinal flavor going on to it too. What you got going on? Come on. Come here. You're welcome. I just fed him. He just had supper, so Rusty the Wonder Dog with a full belly. So anyway, so far today I had a couple of cups of coffee this morning, and then took Mrs. Steve-O to work, and I went over there and got this stuff from the vitamin shop, and this is not a commercial for the vitamin shop. I don't work for them. They ain't paying me anything. I didn't get anything for free. That's just where I went to get the stuff I needed. So got what I needed. I had previously stopped and gotten a big 32-ounce unsweet tea and a half-gallon of unsweet tea from Bojangles, for those of you from the southeast, Bojangles. And the Isotech protein drink is kind of sweet, so I wound up, everybody I've talked to said, oh, well, you can cut it in half in water and it'll get rid of some of the sweetness. Well, I probably would, but I had 3/4 of a gallon of iced tea rolling around in the car with me all day long, so I cut it with iced tea, and it's still kind of sweet. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do on that, but I'll deal with it. I had, let's see, I had half of 2 different bottles today, so I've had a full 12-ounce bottle of that, which is like 40 grams of protein, and I had a shake for lunch that was 12 ounces of milk and 2 scoops of like the weight bodybuilder's protein that I had on hand already. And so we come up to supper time now, and my stomach is sloshing around like kids in a swimming pool. And I will undoubtedly drink something else before the night is over, but right now I just ain't all that interested. I guess really the only other thing to do here is to pass on some thanks for people that have stuck around me and ask questions and stuff while I was doing this. I say we because my better half, Mrs. Steve-O, has been dieting with me, and she has lost more percentage-wise than I have. I've got a lot more to lose overall for a longer period of time, but she has lost a bunch of weight, looking great. I mean, she looked good to me anyway, but she didn't look good to her, and that makes the big difference. So she's buying clothes, which she's not a shopping chick at all. She didn't like that, but she was forced into doing it because she was swimming in the clothes that she's been wearing. So thanks, baby, for sticking there with me, and I guess it's about that time on the video where I just need to tell everybody, thanks for whatever you've done. And so I'll start out with my better half. Thank you, baby. I love you. You look marvelous. And for those of you that haven't seen her, she looks like she did 25 years ago to me. Except her hair is gray. So, like, I got a lot of room to say anything. What else? Let me see. I guess we just go down through friends and family after that. My mom, my 2 brothers. Thanks, Graham. Thank Uncle Bear. Thanks, Uncle Chris. Chris's better half, Bonnie. Appreciate you guys, asking questions, even if it was around aunt and uncle over in Louisville, Aunt Pat and Uncle Mike, and everybody over there, and just appreciate it. Local relatives and stuff. Pretty much, our kids and my mom and my 2 brothers. I'm not from a huge family by any means, so appreciate everything everybody's done and just kept their kind of their thoughts on me and pushing me along through this and asking questions. It's kept me honest and kept me on the path. Who else? I guess my cousin and her husband, Diane and LB. Thanks. Also in the triad. Susan and Tico. Susan, you are a trooper, sweetheart. She's going through a rough patch herself, and how in the world you found the time to pray for me in the midst of all you got going on. I'm blown away. So thank you, and be well. What else we got? I got local friends that know about this thing too, but it kind of gets too numerous to really name a bunch of people. So who did I forget? My kids. Dan and Matt, thanks guys for being there. Their kids, thanks guys for being there. My daughter from other parents, daughter-in-law, Tanya, thank you, kiddo. I could call you anytime, day or night, and I know you're going to be here for me. I know everybody else would be, but it's you take pride in being here for me. They feel it's a family obligation sometimes, and it's 2 different things. I got a late start raising daughters, and I did pretty good by that one, I think. And so that's out there also. I guess about the only thing left to say. I got 2 guys that kind of been sticking with me through this thing, even though it hadn't been on a regular basis sometime. My doing. My buddies Nick Danger and Digital Willie over at the shithitthefanmovement.com. Thanks guys for sticking with me on that, and I appreciate it. There are plenty of people that ask a lot of questions to start with, but they kind of pair it off after a while because you just gets old asking the same question all the time. But you guys always had different questions and kept pushing me along, and I appreciate it. So I told where everybody else is. My family's in the triad, and I got family in Louisville, and got people here and that kind of thing. I'm not saying where those 2 dudes are at because they don't want anybody to know, and I don't blame them. If there was a way for me to do this and not let anybody know where I was, that's what I'd be doing. So I ain't worried about it. Not worried about government intrusion into a video about a fat guy trying to get thinner. So I'm not worried about that. But, I guess that's about all I got for right now. I gave you the date, I gave you the time. I'm going to try to do a video every day this week for a minute or 2. This is much longer than that, obviously. Just to keep people updated and see what's going on. Before I ever did anything this morning, I went in and got on the scale. I was at 352.8, which is lighter than I've been in probably 25 years. And I want to see what I lose, just on the liquid diet over the next week, see how that goes. There's a lot of people saying, "Oh my God, that's huge." Yeah, it's pretty damn big. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's pretty damn big. So I've gotten text messages and stuff, or private messages on Facebook about the diet. And I've had a couple of people say, "Well, I had to lose 30 pounds. I didn't think I could ever do it." And then I saw your video and I thought, "Well, I'll give it a try." And I'm like, "Hey, there's people I don't even know. Somehow they got scooched over to my silly channel and found it. So, do it. Keep it up. So the fact that it took me, 45 years to decide that I needed to start paring down instead of building on doesn't enter into it. If you're younger than I am, go for it. Lose some. Don't screw your life up. I guess that's about it. Thanks to everybody that's been pushing me along and holding my hand and praying for me and keeping the hand on my shoulder and all that stuff. It's greatly appreciated. I will keep everybody updated as this goes on. Do a video every day and say, you know, I'm starving to death, or I'm sick of drinking this water and these shakes. I think that's probably where I'm going to get quicker than being hungry, but we won't go there. Ain't no sense in, I can't do anything about it. If I'm not going to do these things, they're not going to do the operation. We've come too damn far to back down now. What else? That's it. That's all I know. It's you know, a little bit after 6 on Monday, the 17th of October, 2016. This is your old buddy Steve-O, your son, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your husband, your father-in-law, good God, whatever other hats, electronic brothers from other mothers, the whole 9 yards. Everybody be good out there, be well, and I'll keep you updated on everything that's going on here. I've tried to do that thus far, and we're going to continue to do that. Everybody be good. Me and Rusty, we're going to sit here and watch some TV. What you've just seen is my 9th attempt at making a video to tell this story. Every other time, the lighting was wrong. It looked like it was in a cave, or my hair looked like there were rats living in it, or the phone rang, or the dog barked, or people came to the door, or like this morning, I sat and talked to the camera for 11 or 12 minutes and did this, only to realize later in the day, yeah, I didn't turn it on. I had turned it on, but then at some point it turned off. I must have hit the button, and I sat there, and the dog's looking at me like, why are you talking to that thing on the three-legged stick again, Dad? But hopefully we've actually got that last video, and if you're seeing this, that means you got the stuff before it. If you don't see this, then you won't know. That's how you know. Hey, hold up. Don't go anywhere real quick. Just stay where you are. I got a postscript for this, and it has nothing to do with bees or surgery, so that's a weird thing. I have had access to iHeartRadio for a while in the house here because it comes in. I get like a free subscription because we've got CenturyLink. I guess that's how it works. Because I skipped right by the page and said, "Hey, you got to pay for this." The streaming service. I'm not sure how that works on your radios and smartphones and all. I have a stupid phone; it just barely dials. However, I have begun watching vinyl classic rock on iHeartRadio, and I got to tell you, I sat here yesterday, and this morning again I did it. They played a song on there, and I turned right around and went and found an MP3 version of the song, and the vinyl stuff sounds better coming out of the TV speakers than the MP3s and the CDs sound coming out of the damn sound system, the 5.1 sound system surround sound. I never would have suspected that. But then again, it's been so long since I listened to vinyl that it's insane. I listened to a song on here and then went to the non-vinyl classic rock thing, brought that song up. They do not sound the same. I was shocked. I'm about that far away from going ahead and putting up my turntable and going back to vinyl, especially because I listen to old music anyway. I have all the albums I want. But give it a try. See what you think. Tell me what you think down there in the comments. And I don't know, I kept hearing people say it had a warmer sound, more body to it or something, and I kept thinking, what the hell could be, how could it be better than digital? Guess what? It's better than digital. Some part of this does not translate to the digital format, and damned if I can figure it out. And that MP3s and MP4s, I can tell you for a fact, run through these speakers over here, the surround sound system, and it's no slouch. It's a pioneer. I mean, it's not, Kroger Joe surround sound. So give it a try if you got access to iHeartRadio and you got a streaming service that's worth a damn. Give it a try. See what you think. Especially you old farts out there, where we started with, in high school you had the big dilemma: do I buy the vinyl or do I buy the 8-track? Be thankful you bought the vinyl. Anyway, that was a postscript for this morning. iHeartRadio. They're playing Black Sabbath. Ozzy on vinyl. Doesn't get much better than that. Caught the end of it anyway. Oh, Mellencamp on vinyl. Hey, you guys have a big one. I got a bunch of crap to do, and just ran the dog off. The music is too loud, so he's in the other room. It's fixing to get louder, and I'm going to get up, move around, and do 2 or 3 things. Y'all be well. It's your old buddy Steve-O. Chilling and cooling to good music.